Hi, welcome to Simple or Not Kitchen. I'm Melissa Sainode. Today we're making this delicious peanut candy. It's actually creamy and sweet and really good, and it's inspired by the popular PayDay candy bar. This recipe is super easy to make. We only need a few cups of peanuts, some peanut butter chips, some marshmallows, sweetened condensed milk, butter, and vanilla. There's no baking involved in this recipe. There is some melting of ingredients, but we are going to eventually assemble all of our stuff on our baking sheet. And we want to line our baking sheet with parchment paper. We're going to need 2 cups of peanuts divided. So the first cup of peanuts we're going to just go ahead and put on the bottom of that pan and spread them out, and then we're going to move on to the next part of making our candy. We're going to start by melting together our 5 tablespoons of butter and our 2 cups of peanut butter chips. We're going to put it on a low heat on the stove. And this is supposed to be 2 cups of peanut butter chips, but I couldn't help myself. I nibbled on a couple of them, so it's probably closer to maybe, a cup and 2/3. Peanut butter chips are really, really good. And we're just going to let this melt. And the heat level on our stove is relatively low, and we are going to stir this from time to time as it melts. A few minutes later, when it's nice and smooth and creamy, we're going to go ahead and add our sweetened condensed milk. I'm using about a cup of sweetened condensed milk. I'm using a store-bought brand of sweetened condensed milk, but you can make it yourself, and I do have another video as well that shows you how to make sweetened condensed milk if that's what you want to do. And then in go our marshmallows. These marshmallows are going to help to give our candy a really nice fudge-like texture. And I'm going to go ahead and just stir them as they melt, and our mixture is pretty hot as it is, so these marshmallows will melt pretty quickly. And then before too long, our mixture is all melted and it's nice and smooth and creamy. We're going to remove it from the heat and add our vanilla. I'm using about a half a teaspoon of vanilla. Then while our mixture is still hot, we are going to go ahead and just pour that right over our peanuts. Then we're going to take that second cup of peanuts and we're going to spread it right on top. And I guess if you wanted to, you could just sort of mix the peanuts in. But we are going to go ahead and wrap this in our parchment paper. We're going to set it aside. I put mine in the refrigerator for about 2 hours. And then when it comes out, this is what it looks like. It's super yummy, super delicious, and those marshmallows give this a really nice texture. They are a little bit on the sticky side, and here's the comparison. There's the PayDay candy bar, and there's our version of it. A little bit different, quite a bit different. I actually think, this version is a little bit neater to eat. It is sticky though, so when you store it, you might want to store it with some parchment paper, but it is super delicious and super yummy, and hey, it makes a wonderful gift as well. If you give this recipe a try, let me know how it turned out. You'll find more recipes, articles, and video at PenalCentral.com.